2 days shorter. It took a pandemic, but the school year is now 2 days shorter and ends for the first time in May, ever. It's never ended in May. Craziness. Okay, welcome back. It's, well, I guess for you, it's Tuesday. We're doing lesson 8.9. Here we go. For the underlined number, stick in a decimal so that you would get this answer. Okay? Go ahead and pause your video and do that work. And you're back now. Okay. 9 times something is going to give me 60. Well, let's think. I know, well, I got a 7 here. 9 times 7 is 63. Oh, that's got to be it. Just boom. There we go. All right, something times 4 is 45. Well, I know 11 times 4 is 44, so it's got to be about 11. Right there. All right, 84 times something, and I've got to get 4,000. So 84 times 80, let's call that 80. 80 times 5, that's 400. So I got to make it 10 times bigger than that, so it's got to be there. All right. Now here we go. I'm just going to call that 100. 100 times something equals about 80. Well, 100 times 1 would be too much, so it's got to be, but it's not hugely less than that. It's a little bit less than 1. So we're going to make it like that. They're getting trickier now, aren't they? Okay, let's try this one. 21 times something gives you a 78. Well, let's call that 20. 20 times 3 would give me 60. That's pretty close. This would be 3.6. Yep. That one wasn't as hard. Come on. All right, let's try this one. Yeah, this one's got some teeth to it because you're multiplying times something that is smaller than 1. In fact, what fraction is that, kids? 0.25? Yes, if you said 1/4, you were right. And if you didn't, then you could just rewind it and then say, when I say that question, you could now say 1/4. So go back and do it, get it right. Okay, so we're taking a fourth of something, we're gonna get 0.14. Okay, which is smaller even than this. So this number's gotta be less than 1, which means it can't be this 5. So it's not gonna be here, here, or here. Boop. Okay, it's gotta be smaller. This is 0.56. That's a half, a little bigger than a half, right? Because 0.5 is a half. So I'm gonna think to myself, what's half of, well, a fourth? What's half of, or think money, what's half of 25 cents? Well, it's like 12-ish cents, right? Is that reasonably close to 12-ish cents? Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. It's a little bit bigger. So that's where you put it on that one. That was pretty tricky. Okay, here we go. Today, for 8.9, here's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be proving that you're alive with a heart. You're going to be measuring your heart rate, okay? You're going to be collecting your heart rate, which is the number of times your heart beats in a given amount of time. It's usually measured in a minute, but for the purposes of this lesson, you're going to be doing it in 15 seconds. So you're going to need something that can tell time with a second hand, either a device that'll count it up digitally or one of these awesome units right here with a second hand on, okay? And what you're going to be doing is feeling for your heart, getting good at that. That'll take a few minutes for some of you. Find your heart rate, and then you're going to be recording how many beats it does in 15 seconds. So first thing is, how do I find my heart rate or my heartbeat, or your pulse? It's also called your pulse. So the classic way to find it, which is hard for most kids actually, is you hold up your hand. You're going to go to your thumb, the big fat part of your thumb hooks onto your hand, and you come a little south of that. Use 2 gentle fingers, not clenched fingers, gentle fingers, and put them right over here on the side and kind of feel around a little bit. So it's not on this bone. There's like a bone right here, wrist bone. Kind of come just inside of that. And that's where it should be. Beep, 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 beep. If you can't feel anything, it doesn't mean you're dead. For a lot of kids, it is tricky to find this one. The one I used to be able to find for sure as a kid that was more helpful when we did something at school around this is right up here. You can take your whole meaty, just like 4 fingers, you just stick it right there. So here's your center of your throat, right there on the side. Either side will actually work. You can't do it while you're talking. When you're talking, that gets your whole larynx vibrate. I can't feel my pulse rate right now. It's like I'm dead. No, but if I'm quiet, there it is. seconds. And you can kind of mash that sucker in there. It's not going to kill you. You'll be okay. And you'll feel it. Okay? Try it. Try both ways. If you can't find it at first, don't say, I can't find it. It's there. You're alive. Okay? You can do this. All right. So you're going to need a timing device and to be able to find your pulse. And what you're going to be doing on pages 304 and 305 is first recording your heartbeat in 15 seconds. And then you're going to be thinking, gee, if that's how long it takes for 15 seconds, what is that going to be in a minute? How are you going to figure that out? How many seconds are in a minute? 60. So you do your number 15 times 4 gives you 60. So that's how you're going to be doing it. You'll be recording 15-second intervals and then taking that number, timesing it by 4 to put how many it does in a minute. So what the lesson's going to have you do is record your pulse, your rate, your heart rate, when you're just chilled out and relaxed. Then you're going to be doing some jumping jacks, which are, you jump up in the air and you do those things. Basically, you're going to get your heart cranked up. Your body's going to want more oxygen. You're going to breathe a little heavier, and it increases the number of beats that you're having. If you don't like jumping jacks, you want to do fast, deep knee bends, squat all the way down to the ground, touch the ground, come back up. Or even better, if you want to come back down and jump up, that really will help get your heart rate going too. And you'll do it a certain number of times. It tells you how many jumping jacks or squats or whatever you want to do, okay? But it's something that will challenge your heart and will increase the rate. So that's what you're going to do for pages 304 and 305. Go for it.